running LinkedIn now, which under your leadership has not only gone public and become a hugely, more successful financial, phenomenon, but it's, I'd say, much more deeply embedded itself in the fabric of modern business and society. And, this set of things that you've done as LinkedIn's leader, and I think much of it was a foundation laid by Reed, who was on the stage yesterday, is really changing the landscape in which we all operate. I mean, everybody in this room probably goes to LinkedIn multiple times a day just to figure out who they just met or who they're about to meet, or for a lot of other reasons. I mean, you've built a central facility for modern economy. Talk about how you think about that and where it's going to go next.
I appreciate you saying that, and that's certainly the goal, is to have as much impact on the lives of our members and our customers as possible. It started with a mission to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful, and that was codified roughly 6 years ago. And at the time we were thinking about that mission statement, we had 32 million members, and most recently we announced that we surpassed north of 10x that number. And when we initially defined the mission, we drew a distinction between our mission statement and our vision statement. Some companies use them synonymously, some will do one at the exclusion of the other. But our mission was an overarching objective that would hopefully be measurable, realizable, and ideally inspirational. The vision was true north. The vision statement was the dream. And at the time, we defined our vision as creating economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. There are roughly 600 million knowledge workers in the world, or professionals, as we've defined them, and that's the immediate addressable opportunity. There's over 3 billion people in the global workforce, and we're now in the process of doing something I've never had the privilege of doing before, speaking to the impact that the company's been able to generate and the scale we've been able to achieve, and that is trying to operationalize our vision statement. So right now, we are in the process of asking ourselves what it would take, literally, those very words, what would it take to create economic opportunity for over 3 billion people in the global workforce. And the manifestation of that vision for us comes down to what we call the development of the world's first economic graph. And you're probably all familiar with the expression social graph, which Mark Zuckerberg used to describe Facebook. Reed, who was just here yesterday, when he founded LinkedIn, it was essentially a professional graph that connected professionals up to 3 degrees, and virtually all of the value that's accrued to our members and customers to date has happened as a result of this professional graph. Going forward, the economic graph will use these relationships between individuals as a cornerstone, a building block. But what we ultimately want to do, to your point about impacting the economy, is digitally map the global economy. And that will be comprised of a profile for every member of the global workforce, all 3 billion people, a profile for every company in the world. When you include small and medium-sized businesses, there's as many as 70 million companies in the world. We'll have a digital representation for every job available in the world. There's on the order of, today on the web, there's roughly 10 million. There's probably as many as 20 million total jobs out there. We'd like a digital reflection and representation of every skill required to obtain one of those jobs. A presence, digital presence for every university or higher educational organization in the world that enables you to acquire the skills to get the jobs. And then we want to make it easy for every individual, every company, and every university to share their professionally relevant knowledge to the extent they would like to do so. And then our objective is to take a step back and allow capital, all forms of capital, intellectual capital, working capital, and of course human capital, to flow to where it can best be leveraged. And in doing so, we hope to lift and transform the global economy. And so that's the goal over the next 10 years.
That's all?
That's what we're trying to do.
So you say there's 600 million knowledge workers, and you said you're 10x 32 million, so you're already halfway, more than halfway to getting those 600 million.
And that was part of the impetus.
That's kind of incredible. You're doing pretty damn well.
Well, we've got a lot of work still to be done, but exactly to your point, when we initially codified the mission, we didn't necessarily anticipate we would get over the halfway mark, 5 to 6 years later. And as that started to happen, I mean, even if we were able to realize, when we realized the addressable opportunity of 600 million knowledge workers, there's another roughly 180 million or so students or pre-professionals in the world. So that takes that addressable opportunity up to about 780 million. But we did start thinking to ourselves, boy, if we're already halfway home and we have, optics into how we can continue to get to 500 million, 600 million, et cetera, what's next? And that's when we started to ask ourselves this question: what would it take?
So this economic graph that includes the companies, the people who are outside the knowledge worker community, will those all be, as they are today, self-created profiles, or will you do some of that for them?
So for the individual, that's a choice that an individual makes. We can make it far easier to populate your profile in multiple ways. So you think about the original LinkedIn profile, which was a replacement for the traditional resume, which is a mechanism through which, through text, you're explaining your experiences, your skills, most importantly, your objectives, what you ultimately want to accomplish professionally. Today, the LinkedIn profile is more a portfolio that enables you to demonstrate those things, not just talk about them via words. It's a multi-dimensional opportunity to showcase to the world. You know, if you're proud of this event, you take your favorite interview, your favorite keynote session, you put a video of that up there. A general contractor, rather than talking about the dream job that they built, they can actually show pictures and images of that dream house. The marketer or the creative director for an agency can now upload their favorite work, just like a portfolio.
Is that why you're becoming sort of a publisher media company, in order to sort of just seed that? Or is there some other reason why you hired my friend Dan Roth, who's now the editor at LinkedIn, and I'm going to actually publish the article in our magazine about the government tech interface on LinkedIn, probably tomorrow or the next day, and get tons of readers. But why are you doing that?
So it's multifold. One key reason is, in fact, tied to your professional identity. And when people are sharing what they know, when they're providing insights, sharing their expertise, one of the first things that happens when you click that publish button is that post shows up on your LinkedIn profile. And what better way to demonstrate to the world the skills that have accrued to you, your experiences, etc. In addition to that, we want to make sure that our membership is equipped with the business intelligence they need to make better decisions faster, to be better at the jobs that they're already in.
Oh.
And then beyond that, there are people like you, there are CEOs, there are professional luminaries all over the world on a global basis that want to continue to build an audience. They have a message that they want to get out there. And so audience building is also a key component.
But clearly, career development for individuals, and essentially education, which Jackie just mentioned from Kaplan, is that's what she's doing with you guys. Clearly, that's part of where you want to go. You want to actually not just get every company and person on there. You want to then become a tool to help them get better at what they do. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, LinkedIn is a way to find a job, your dream job, to pursue the career path you've always wanted to pursue, and at the same time to be great at the job that you're already in.
One of the things I should have said